Shalom, everybody, and good morning. Rabbi Edelstein here with this week's installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you as always by MEOR DC. Please check us out on Facebook, MEOR DC, or MEORDC.org. That would be our website, and be in touch. Okay, this week's Torah portion, the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, is called Seitze. It's got a lot of commandments, 74 mitzvot. We'd be here all day, all week, and all year. And it's a Friday morning. We don't have time for that, so I can't do all 74 mitzvot. I want to pick one of these beautiful commandments and talk about it in and of itself and see the ripples and reverberations that come out from this one commandment, and some of which tie into this period of time we're in now with Rosh Hashanah quickly approaching. Okay, I need a little coffee for that. It's a tall order. I need energy. Okay, so what's the commandment I'm talking about? A very beautiful commandment. Hashavas Aveda. Returning a lost article or object to our fellow man. If you find something in the street or in the mall, or someone left something in your house, I don't know, you can't just say, finders keepers. That's not a Torah Jewish idea. I think you're aware. You have to make a strong, concerted effort to restore the article to its owner. And there are many details of the law. There are whole chunks of the oral law of the Mishnah of the Talmud that talk about this mitzvah of Hashavat Aveda, returning a lost article to our fellow man. In and of itself, it's a beautiful idea. We have to, care for our fellow man. It's also part of loving your fellow man as yourself. As the rabbis in another place say that their property should be as dear to you as your own property. And you love or care about your pen and your iPhone and your car, and right? So you got to extend that same care to your fellow man. That's the simple commandment of restoring a lost object. Fine. But the deeper value, or the value that comes out of that, is caring for your fellow man in all of the aspects of life. Property, what belongs to someone, means a lot to them. So it's not enough to say, oh yeah, I don't insult anybody, but yeah, I'm kind of fast and loose when I borrow his car or whatever. Don't do that. No, the property of someone is an extension of who they are, and you have to extend a lot of care to that. What about the honor of a person? Moving away from objects. If the Torah is so careful to restore the lost object of a person, what about a person's honor? If they suffered a setback, it's a mitzvah to restore their self-esteem, their honor, and certainly not to harm their honor in the first place. How about to be careful, as with their property and with a fellow man's honor, their kavod? Because we care about our own kavod. We don't want to be embarrassed or debased or disgraced, right? So we should extend that to our fellow man too. It's interesting. Maimonides, Rambam, even uses that verse to talk about the mitzvah of a doctor to heal. Because if you're restoring someone's lost property to them, their lost health is even more important than their property. And now I'm going to extend it to the time we're in, approaching Rosh Hashanah. What is lost now and needs to be restored? Our own connection to God. The mitzvah of these days leading up to Rosh Hashanah and through Yom Kippur is teshuvah, which means return. It's the same word as hashavas aveda, returning a lost object. But what are we returning? We're returning to ourselves, our lost service to God, our lost connection to God. Sometimes you lose service on your, Verizon, AT&T, I don't know. They all lose service sometime, and then service is restored. That's what we're doing in the time of Elul leading up to Rosh Hashanah. Our service, our connection was lost. We can restore it. That's what tshuva is. Wow, a lot of things to talk about. Being lost, don't despair. We can return it. We can restore it. It can be found again. We can find ourselves. Have a wonderful Shabbos.